Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is the ONEXPLAYER handheld gaming PC with an 8.4-inch display surrounded by game controllers, and it has the kind of buttons that you would normally expect, including analog sticks that are clicky and relatively well-sized and responsive. We've got a D-pad here, X, Y, and A and B buttons, and shoulder buttons, including these linear triggers, pressure sensitive, and clicky L1 and L2 keys. But there's also some other buttons that I wanted to show you that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a couple on the back as well, that adds some extra functionalities. We've got the power button, mute, volume up, volume down, and so let's talk about what these extra keys are good for. So first I'm going to go ahead and press the power button just to resume from sleep here. Log in with a fingerprint. And then let's start down here in the bottom corner. So I can bring up a on-screen keyboard with a single press of the keyboard key, or I can long press it to enable mouse mode. So now instead of acting as game controllers, I can move the mouse cursor. I can click with an A, or I can right-click with a B. So it makes navigation relatively simple without necessarily using a touchscreen or a plug-in controller of any sort. The turbo key, which is right below it, lets us do something interesting, which is, if you take a look here at the power limits, you'll notice that this computer is set, it has an Intel Core i7-1165G7 processor. It's set to a 20 watt PL1 power limit and 35 watts for PL2 power limit. If I press turbo, it lights up here, and it changes to 28 watts and 40 watts, and that gives you a little extra boost of power and performance when you're playing games or doing other things that require a little extra horsepower. It might eat into your battery life a little bit, though, so you want to sort of use it judiciously just when you need it. Other keys, we've got a start button, a back button, and a home or desktop key. And what these allow you to do, for instance, is return to the desktop from any full screen game, and then of course I can use that mouse mode or touchscreen to go right back into the game and return to the desktop. Let's unmute, just show you quickly that the other keys do pretty much what you expect them to, including the start key and the select key, or back key. And let's go back to the desktop here, switch back to this mode, and show you a couple of other things you can do, which include press and hold the home key and the turbo key to take a screenshot, which will be saved in your, I think it's your documents folder, might be your pictures folder. I can press and hold the home or desktop key again to access Xbox. And I can press it and the keyboard key to go to the task manager. So this allows you to sort of do a lot of things, again, without plugging in a keyboard. One other key combination that you can do is home and volume up. And what that lets you do is access the boot menu or boot settings menu. So when you're rebooting, you wait until you see the splash screen, you press the home key and the up key, and again, without plugging in anything, now I can boot from a USB flash drive, I can enter the setup for the BIOS UEFI settings, for instance, or I can go to the UEFI shell. And to navigate this time, we use the D-pad to go up and down or left and right, and the start key for select. So from here, I could change my boot priority or a couple of other things. So that's it. That's a look at the different keys and how you can use them. It takes a little while to sort of memorize some of these functions, and I keep forgetting, for instance, that I can get to the task manager. But once you're used to it, it again makes this just pretty easy to navigate without necessarily having to plug anything in. So that's the ONEXPLAYER, a button overview. Stay tuned to liliputing.com for more details about this handheld gaming computer, or check out our YouTube channel for other videos. This is Brad Linder with Liliputing.